So today, we're going to dig into a pretty bold promise, a guaranteed way for entrepreneurs to break into the super competitive business world of the UAE. It's a huge claim, so let's really unpack how a guarantee like this can even work.
You know, the UAE is this incredible magnet for business and innovation. It's a place with just immense opportunity. But for any entrepreneur looking to go global, the big question is always the same. How in the world do you go from just an idea to having a real, working business on the ground?
And that question, well, it brings us right to the heart of the problem. On one hand, you've got the dream, right? Tapping into all that economic growth and global connection. But on the other hand, you have the reality, this maze of paperwork, confusing regulations, and just a whole lot of uncertainty. This is exactly where so many great business plans just fizzle out.
And it's so easy to feel completely overwhelmed. I mean, you're not just starting a business, you're doing it in a whole new country with a totally different rulebook. That feeling of it all being too daunting, that's the exact problem we're breaking down today.
So how do you close that gap between the dream and the hurdles? Well, the folks we're looking at, empowerment consultants, they bring a really powerful idea to the table, turning all that uncertainty into a rock-solid certainty. And they do it with a guarantee.
Let's just start with one number: 30. Now, in the grand scheme of starting a business, what makes the number 30 so important? Well, turns out it's the foundation of a massive promise. And here it is, their 30-day registration guarantee. It's so clear. Your company is up and running within a month, or you get 100% of your money back. What this really does is it flips the script. It takes the financial risk of delays off of you, the entrepreneur, and puts it squarely on them. Now that shows some serious confidence in their own process.
Okay, company registration is a huge piece of the puzzle. But for anyone who actually wants to move there, the next big headache is always the visa. I mean, what happens if you go through all that effort and your application gets rejected?
Their answer to that is what they call the Rejection Protection Guarantee. It's simple. If a visa they handle gets rejected, you get a full refund of their service fees. The only thing you don't get back is the actual non-refundable government fees. This kind of model means their success is directly tied to yours. They only really win when your visa gets approved.
A guarantee is great, but let's be real. A promise is only as good as the system behind it. So how do they actually pull it off? Let's take a look at the toolkit they use to make this whole complicated launch feel, well, seamless.
It seems like their whole approach is built on three main pillars. First, company registration that's tailor-made for you, so it's structured correctly from day one. Second, visa expertise that isn't just about the UAE, which is key if you have a global team. And third, a process that's designed to make the whole immigration journey feel predictable.
Now this is where the strategy really kicks in. It's not just about getting a license, it's about choosing where you set up shop. A mainland company lets you trade directly with the local UAE market. A free zone, on the other hand, gives you awesome benefits like tax breaks and full foreign ownership. And an offshore setup, that's mainly for international business and protecting your assets. Getting this choice right is absolutely critical for the future of your business.
And here's how they make the immigration beast feel manageable. They break what feels like a giant, stressful process into 5 clear steps. It starts with just checking if you're eligible, moves all the way through to helping you with things like medicals and your Emirates ID after you're approved. Each stage is handled for you.
Okay, with such huge promises, the first question that probably pops into your head is about trust. How do you build that, especially when you're dealing with someone halfway around the world? Well, it looks like transparency is the absolute bedrock of their entire model.
And that trust building starts with a really simple upfront policy. No hidden costs. All the expenses are laid out right from the beginning. That's so fundamental to building a partnership where you're not constantly worried about surprise fees popping up later.
They even have a framework they call the trust equation. It's built on 4 things. Competence, so knowing their stuff. Reliability, actually doing what they say they'll do. Transparency in all their dealings. And empathy, which is about understanding the person and the dream behind the business. It's pretty much their formula for building a solid relationship.
All right, so we've looked at the guarantees and the principles behind them. Now for the last piece of the puzzle. What does the path actually look like for you as a client? How do you even begin?
They lay it all out in a clear 4-step journey. It all starts with a free consultation to figure out your goals. Then, they build a custom strategy just for you. Then comes the implementation phase, which is all backed by those guarantees we talked about. And what's really important is that it doesn't just stop once you're set up. It's designed to become an ongoing partnership to help you grow.
So what we've really seen today is a model that's designed to take a huge kind of scary ambition and turn it into a clear step-by-step plan where the risk is taken off your shoulders. And that leaves us with one last question. If the path is clear and the financial risk is basically gone,